The girls are fighting. Please listen to this full episode to find out who, because I'm sure you all predicted this showdown. It's your girl, Candy Hustle, and you are now tuned in to 𝐇𝐄𝐑𝐄 podcast. Let's go. Welcome to 𝐇𝐄𝐑𝐄 podcast. Listen, you already know this is a space where gems are dropped and, it's good for your mental. And we do not add to the mess. But on this episode here, we're going to talk about all the mess that has been going down for 2025. Now, I do have my boy, Kevin Terrell, in the building with me.
What's up, Candi?
What's going on, man?
Listen, 2025 has been starting off with a bang.
With a bang and a boom. And we are going to talk about it. This is the halfway mark episode. And he and I always come together at the end of the year to do our recap for the year. However, we just want to go ahead and catch you guys up in the mid-mark, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to start with January and then bring you guys up to speed all the way up to June. That's cool? All right, let's go. So June is here. I do want to just go ahead and just let you guys know what's going on for June. So we do have the month where we celebrate the men. Shout out to the dads that do the damn things.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Keep doing your thing. How long have you been a dad?
Almost 26 years.
She's 26?
She'll be 26 in September.
Oh, my God. Are you a grandpa?
I am a god-grandfather.
So you're a god-grandfather?
Yeah, my goddaughter, which is her sister, had a baby last year. She'll be 1 on the 18th. Happy birthday, love.
Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday, love. All right. So, yeah, shout out to the godfathers who play a very significant role in the children's life because they matter as well. Shout out to the grandfathers, the uncles, just everybody who shapes, stepfathers. Yeah, everybody that shapes and just bring up the children that don't have fathers in their lives because you all matter as well. So shout out to all the men. And, if you haven't gotten gifts, because you're going to hear this episode before Father's Day, if you haven't gotten any gifts for them, go all out like you do the moms. Please just stop getting them t-shirts and boxers and ties. Get them something really nice. What would you get your father or your, men in your life that have really stepped up for you?
My dad really likes records. And he had some records that were damaged a few years ago, so I'm actually going to surprise him with some of like MJ's original records. So that's what I got him this year.
I like that. You're getting something that's sentimental and something that he would really be happy to receive.
I hope so.
Well, yeah, because if he collected them before, you're replacing it.
Yeah. I'm just kind of upgrading them, giving them some new additions. A lot of them have been remastered and stuff, so they have different sounds.
Exactly. So, guys, really tap into what your fathers like. Just don't get them something like, here's that. A lot of times we go all out for the mothers. They get brunches and lunches and all of that, and dads just be getting like, here.
Well, it's also, if I'm not mistaken, Mental Awareness Month. So make sure
we're gonna
give them that space.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that as well. But I just really wanted to make sure that we go hard as far as gifting them.
Yeah. Because they already have that stigma that men don't show up, black fathers aren't there. So definitely love on the ones that are.
Yeah, and then we're going to celebrate Black dads here in Atlanta. We're doing an event. Well, I'll be the media partner with Dear Fathers. That is an outlet that celebrates Black fatherhood. They have a great platform, and I really love it. And so we'll be celebrating Black fathers here in Atlanta on Saturday, June 14th. It'll be at the Buckhead Art & Co. Art Gallery, and there'll be wonderful panels. There'll be AJ Calloway, Scrappy, Ryan Wilson, someone by the name of Ralph Pittman, Damian Wilkins, just an array of
Drew
fathers.
Husband?
Which name?
Ralph Pittman.
Ralph Pittman?
That's Drew Sidora's husband.
Okay.
Or soon-to-be ex-husband.
Oh, wow. From Real Housewives of Atlanta? Yeah. Okay, well, shout out to him. So, yeah.
And Scrappy?
They will all be...
Okay.
Scrappy? Yeah, Scrappy.
He just welcomed a new child through a situation. So, okay.
Yeah, so they'll be there. But what I'll say, he loves his children.
He does.
So that's why he's being highlighted at the event.
Yeah. I don't think I have a bad thing to say about him.
His fatherhood.
Or anything
even
I've
for
seen
the
as
new
far
baby.
as been on TV. Yeah.
Exactly.
He definitely shows up for his children.
Yep. So
as far as how he treats his baby mamas.
Yeah. So I don't have anything to say about that because I don't really watch the reality shows to see what's going on. But I can only speak to the fatherhood.
Oh, yeah,
and
definitely.
So he really shows up for them.
Yeah, he definitely shows up for his children.
Yep, that's what I wanted to shout out. And so for this event, we'll be celebrating the Black fathers.
Well, that's exciting. Congratulations,
and I'm excited.
Candi.
So it will be an open bar, music, awards, good vibes. So if you want to, purchase tickets, they are available. You can click the link in my bio. Just visit my website, my Instagram, which is Candi Hustle, CandiHussle. Yeah, HUSSLE. It's the link in my bio. You just click it, and you can use the code Black Man with Ambition, and get a discount.
Okay.
So definitely come through if you're not doing anything on Saturday, the 14th, from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m.
Okay. That sounds exciting.
So shout out to Dear Fathers. That's a great platform. Follow them as well because they post great content. All right. So we also want to focus on it's Mental Health Month for the men.
Mm-hmm.
So men, if you need to sit on that sofa, don't be afraid because therapy is dope.
Mm-hmm.
Get your therapist. Talk it out. Don't try to get with a woman such as myself and talk out your issues.
They are tired of raising other women's children.
Yeah, I am tired. I am tired of being a therapist. Go seek a professional help
from your childhood.
Yeah. Or if it's not even the childhood, go heal from any trauma that you've experienced in your adulthood. You know what I mean? I'm just tired of being a therapist.
Sound like you might need to go heal.
No, I don't need to heal.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to get paid for my time.
Get paid for your healing hands.
I am a healer.
God, where this finna go?
Where?
I'm talking about you a healer. Okay,
no, I
am
a healer.
I hear you.
Unfortunately, I am. God has, blessed me with that. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah.
Go ahead, talk about that one day.
One day. Not today. But yeah, get the mental health that you need, the services. Don't be afraid to talk to someone. And if you are employed, not just self-employed, but if you are employed with your employer, check to see if you have the mental health benefits, and you can always contact them to find out about the EPA programs and see if you have services through that.
And shout out to Raji P. Henson. She actually has a program that is dedicated to Black men's mental health. So if you Google that, she actually has discounts and things if they're out with therapists and things of that nature. So that's one I absolutely love her for that. So definitely look into that as well. So you can get a discount if you don't have insurance. You can still get the help you need. There you go.
See, we're very informative on this episode. And then also, what else is going on this month? June. Oh, it's Pride Month as well. So
shout out to the gays, the Rainbow Coalition, the LGBTQ, IRS, TUV, WX, Y, and Z.
Yeah, I just took over Jesse and who was the guy with the slick back? And it's real slim now.
Slim with the slick back. I don't know.
Al Sharpton. Y'all just took over their whole little rainbow. Remember, they were the original Rainbow Coalition. And y'all just stole their little slogan.
That's
messed up.
We just borrowed it. We enhanced it.
Don't make them raise up on y'all, because y'all know they'll walk on y'all real quick.
Child.
And y'all ain't doing no walking when it comes to, they will walk.
We gonna vogue. We gonna duck walk.
Y'all will get tired. Old people will walk.
Okay, they will. They will. They've been walking their whole life. We still ain't overcame. Girl.
But shout out to, if you are part of the...
shout out to us. We got a whole month and they're mad.
Who's
Oh
mad?
my God, who's
We get
mad?
a mad. We get a month.
Oh my God, y'all get the whole year.
Who is so
Straight people.
you're not black?
Straight people. No, I'm talking about straight people. We talking about gay month right
But
now.
aren't you black too?
I'm black too, so that's a
Okay.
different month. They
Yes,
get mad
but
about that too.
Who is they?
The white people.
Y'all, let's go past this so we can stay on this topic forever.
Okay.
Because we're actually going to have to come back to the topic because someone came out in April, but let's go back. So, y'all, this month has been crazy. Well, this year has been crazy. We're going to kick it off with the person who caused all this chaos.
Dun, 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 dun. Say the name.
Dump. I'm sorry.
Donald Dump.
Donald Dump. No, we call him Donald Dump, but he goes by Trump the Terminator. He returned with chaos.
Oh
and as predicted, the bromance between him and Elon, his vice president, is already over. But
he can't keep a wife or a man.
Who can't keep a wife or a man? Because isn't he still with Melania?
I mean, they together, but are they really together? She won't even come to the White House. Like, we have a first lady that won't live in our White House.
Oh, she doesn't live there?
She said she was done with that. She wasn't coming back.
Whoa.
She lives with her son in Florida.
What? Well, the White House is in D.C. and that weather isn't cute.
Okay, it's not.
I understand.
It's not.
I understand her choice.
I understand her choice too. Forget the weather.
The sun is beautiful. But yeah, so now Elon and Trump is currently beefing in the month of June, but we're doing a rewind, so let's just go back to January. So in the beginning, he elected Elon to play what position?
I think he was the effective Department of
Treasury.
Efficiency or something.
Didn't he have something to do with the money?
No. He created a whole different department so that he can cut money.
Created a position?
He created a department. The President of the United States of America, without Congress approval, created a department in the government and appointed someone who was not confirmed.
And isn't he a immigrant?
Yes.
Wow. And doesn't he dislike immigrants, allegedly?
You know, they always dislike them once they're no longer considered one.
Interesting. Make America great again.
Okay.
And he's deporting everybody except...
They made America gag again because we like, what?
Okay. Anyway, so again, January was just a busy and heavy month. And it was a long month, too. It's 31 days in January. Trump returned. We all had to mentally prepare for that. Then the LA fires.
Girl, they burnt it down. You think that was planned? You think that was arson?
I think it was arson, personally, me. I think it was arson.
I think it started in some way, and I think they just kind of didn't really fight to put it out because of the area it was in. But this is all allegedly.
Right.
But I don't think that they fought it as they would have if it was in Beverly Hills.
Well, I remember the last time it was two little Caucasian boys setting it purposely. So that's why I just feel like just some little fire starters out there.
Yeah, I think there's always some conspiracy behind it, but I definitely think there was some type of fuel to that fire.
Wow. Well, celebs like Janae Aoki, and she took to her social media sharing her news that her home was destroyed. And then also 𝐇𝐄𝐑𝐄, it was reported that her home was destroyed as well. And people were being so insensitive. Like, even though they are celebrities, a loss is a loss.
It is.
You know what I mean? And to have things that you worked hard for, you put, things that you're connected to in your home, to lose all of that, that's a tragedy.
I think that people confuse celebrity and rich. Because a person can be famous and not necessarily have the money that you think they have. So that is a huge loss to them. They've worked their whole career to get what they have.
But I also think that people confuse celebrities with not being human.
Yeah, empathy and sympathy.
Yeah.
They're like, you can get it back.
I can't get pictures back of my grandma.
Okay.
I can't get pictures back of I can't get vintage pieces back that I love, that I collected, or hello.
But a lot of people always look at that as, it's just material. You're still alive. Yeah, but those are memories. Those are
memories.
Yeah, those are memories that you can't get back. But I mean, I can definitely understand
if I worked hard for this first home, like I had to work these shows. Like Janae Aoki is not, a billionaire, a millionaire.
Yeah.
She is a billionaire, but she still she had to put in hard work for that. So it's like, I earned this first home. This was my first home, probably from my first album, when it went platinum or something. People don't understand.
And shout out to Paris Hilton, because when that was all going down, I watched her, and I'm not the biggest fan of Paris Hilton, but when that was going down, I was kind of watching how celebrities were moving. And she lost her house. It burned down to the ground. She lost a whole bunch of stuff. But again, she has other homes. But she didn't focus on that. She opened up hotels to people who lost stuff. She started giving away money and things of that nature. So she pulled her heartstrings out of that tragedy and kind of gave stuff away. So I appreciate her. Yeah.
Humanitarian. Yeah. Shout out to you, Paris.
January was a lot.
Yeah, so sending prayers to everyone that was impacted by those LA fires. Now, someone who tried to, send prayers out and everything, but it just got like a little weird. You're
not finna come for my girl.
Now let's just highlight it a little bit. Let's just go back. Lil' Kim offered her support to those who had been affected by the devastating LA fires by praying for another natural disaster to hit.
I wish they get a monsoon.
Yeah, it was a monsoon. And according to National Geographic, a monsoon is a seasonal change in the direction of the prevailing or strongest winds of a region that can cause wet and dry seasons. Now, monsoons can cause flooding, damage to infrastructure, and wash away crops and destroy the water, sanitation, and hygiene of infrastructure.
It definitely can.
She wanted to put them in another situation.
Her heart was in the right place.
Right.
She just didn't speak to Mother Nature before she said what she said to me.
She just didn't swipe over and hit look up to get the definition. I always get a definition of a word if I'm not sure.
Okay.
If she has an iPhone, she has that capability.
Okay. It's aquarium.
Yeah. She should act like, Lord, bring down. That's it. Just rain.
Listen, you're not gonna come for You're not gonna come for Kim if you're gonna skip over the other people we got to say fuck you for January, which is Nelly, Snoop, and Soulja Boy, who went to the inaugural ball.
Oh, baby, we're on that. We're still in January. Remember, it's 31 days. It was a lot.
It was.
January was heavy, so no. So
but her heart was in the right place.
Allegedly. So, because you know what happened in L.A.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you think she was trying to get back for Biggie?
We're not going to go there, but we're going to go there. Anyway, she rides hard.
Diddy locked up, so we could say now.
Free Diddy. Anyway, so what? He's a Scorpio. Anyway, so
I am in no way associated with that statement.
He's serving time. You're acting like he's not serving time right now.
He is.
Okay,
he's serving time. But did he do the crime? Dum, dum, dum.
Dum, dum. We're going to get to that in a minute, too. So, yeah, but then after that happened, Trump was doing the inauguration, and then his performers were revealed.
His coons.
And among that list was Snoop Dogg and Nelly. And we immediately canceled both of them. Now, it was really sad to see the lineup because of the fact that years ago, Snoop Dogg went really hard going in on anybody who would possibly be a part of the lineup for his first term.
Yeah.
And called everybody coons.
That's why I used that word. Snoop was quick to call them coons. Which one of you coons gonna line up first? You are this time.
We were so shocked. And what happened was, this time around, Elon, who was now the owner of X, formerly known as Twitter, was clowning Snoop so bad. And it was so embarrassing. They laughed at him and said, Snoop, LOL, and reposted a video of him calling other people coons on his platform. Elon said, the vibe shift is real, and put mad laughing emojis. Using our own lingo.
Isn't that crazy?
That was horrible. But here's the thing. The jokes write themselves. And sometimes, Snoop, you gotta chill. If you think you're going to make a move in the future, that's why it's not good to always speak, because you never know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
That's why Beyonce be so quiet. She be quiet. You can't really quote her on things.
Beyonce retaliating her music. Yeah.
She retaliates in her music, but you don't got her on no clip saying, I ain't never. Because just in case she might.
Okay? She might have to show up. A bag. What Snoop say? A bag is a bag. Okay? She might have to show up. So who are we? But yeah, I think my biggest disappointment with Snoop is the fact that, that's Uncle Snoop. That's what we've always called him for so many years. So it's kind of like when kind of take that, how do I say? It's just disappointing.
Snoop
It's
let
very
us down.
disappointing. He did. He definitely let us down. I
did.
wasn't expecting him. Nelly, I'm not surprised. I'm not going to lie to you. I was not surprised that Nelly was on that stage. In no way, shape, and or form was I surprised by Nelly. And if you watch Nelly's career and follow who Nelly is the person who was on that stage. He is a coon.
I don't get coon from Nelly. I just, well, maybe I don't pay attention to him enough to even, analyze his ways. He doesn't give me coon. He just gives me, I don't know what he gives me. He doesn't give me, again, I don't pay attention. Maybe I just don't pay attention to him. You see what I'm saying? That's a fair assessment. He's just not on my radar as far as social media.
Okay.
I always just paid attention to him like for the lady type of aspect, like a heartthrob. You know what I mean?
He's attractive, so you overlooked everything else.
I never looked at him to really, I don't know what I'm trying to say, like.
You never got it. You weren't looking up to him as somebody to get advice from or to follow like his political stance or how he felt about things. It was just like you did the music, he was cute to look at, and you moved on.
I didn't connect with Nelly on social media. When the social media arrived, I didn't follow him. Once he came back with Ashanti, I loved Nelly and Ashanti, if that makes any sense. I really didn't follow him when he was with Miss Jackson. Because who was Miss Jackson? You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
I was rooting for Nelly when we didn't have social media. Because remember, that's when he was popping. Once social media came, his stardom died out. And so I wasn't really checking for him. Once him and Shanti got together, I'm like, oh, Nelly and Shanti, I love you. I loved him for the Black Love movement.
I got you.
I wouldn't have known about him being a coon.
Yeah.
And then his history was him playing sports and just being a good dude. That's all I got for him, being a good dude. Now, some people may consider him not being a good dude because how he did women at times. He broke this girl heart, he did this. But other than that, I don't know. Like, what is a coon, though? What would you call what is a coon?
A coon to me is someone who is going to perpetuate stereotypes of black people to make white people comfortable, or to put on a facade for a white man. It's like if you watch Nelly's career, Nelly went from the Saint Lunatics to this hardcore rapper to the countryside. Once he got that touch of that country money, that's where Nelly stayed. Nelly's for the last 10 years, his whole demographic and everything he's done has been for the white people. Ever since he got a touch of that country music money when he did that actual song with, I forgot that guy's name. But yeah, he's been over on that side for a while.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. After that country, I think that's when he just never...
He never came back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's when we lost him.
That's when we lost him.
That's when he started getting his ego went up. He got into white spaces. So he stopped, and then when they had the conversation with him about even performing at the inaugural ball, I respect the office of the president, but he don't respect you. He could care less about you. If you weren't rich, you would not be there.
Right.
Period. But you didn't go into that space to make it comfortable for us. You went into that space because you're comfortable there.
Right. No, I just can't believe he did that, but he did. And now I know Ashanti like that. Find time to do that when we were just the couple everybody loved. You know what I mean? Like you messing up the bag.
Because that reality show went away.
Yeah, nobody's about to watch that. Like nobody's happy. People are like your wife is canceled too.
Yeah. I unfollowed Ashanti's music. Ain't listened to it since.
Dang. Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. It's like a Rico. So that happened. And Snoop Dogg, he really had to stop smoking because, he went too hard. And I guess he forgot all that he said in 2017. And then he tried to,
apologize.
Not really. He was more like, I said what I did, I said what I said, and tried to just... when people get dragged on X, they be like trying to talk about other stuff like, yo, what y'all eating for breakfast? And them mentions is on fire. Act like they don't see it.
I can't stand nobody that try to change the subject. Back up, baby.
We know what you did. We are on your neck.
We on your ass.
That's how he trying to do and keep his comments open. But we in those comments like shambles. So, yeah. Now, January 31st, I want to just fast forward to the end. Philadelphia had that small plane crash in the residential area. Oh, wasn't it? Oh, it was another. It was
You had the one.
2 plane crashes in
There
January.
were 2. You had the
Yeah, the
mid-air plane
American.
crash at the D.C. airport.
D.C. airport.
With the helicopter and the plane that killed that African American lawyer girl. I forget her name.
It was a couple.
It was a lot.
It was 2 black girls.
Yeah.
The girl from North Carolina, and then the lawyer. And then at the end of January, we had the residential plane that crashed in northeast Philadelphia. And what was messed up about that? No. The DC one, what was messed up about that, they asked Trump, was he going to the site because it had crashed in the water. And that man was like, what do you want me to do? I'm not a swimmer. And it was just like, damn, you just don't.
I mean, but in all actuality, I could understand. It's like, you want me to go fly over the water and look down? Like,
here's the thing. It's not what you say, it's how you
say it. Yeah.
That's why he shouldn't be a president. Presidents are very diplomatic in their speech. They know how to answer questions. So you just answer it like,
Donald Trump is a reality star. He does things for ratings.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he shouldn't be a president. He is a reality TV person. He's a businessman.
He is.
I expected him to answer it like that. That's why he shouldn't be a president. Presidents have a very suave way of answering it. We were considering we're going to reach out to the families and speak with them.
I'm going to let my team make that determination.
There you are.
When we feel like it's a safe travel and they've done their investigation, we'll make that determination. We know how to answer things politically correct.
Answer.
He's not a politically correct person.
He answers like, what do y'all want me to do? I'm not a swimmer. We know you're not a swimmer because your ass would drown.
But we did do one more thing right before Black History Month started.
What?
The boycott of Target. I am so proud of us. Congratulations. We have been crumbling that company every month since January. Ever since they started to roll back that DEI program. They were supposed to invest $2 billion in the African American community. And right before it started for Black History Month, we started boycotting Target. And it has been rolling ever since.
Who's we?
Lord, honey. She over here, child. She ain't boycotting Target. She want to get Diddy out. Listen, okay, I am not a part of this.
Well, here's the thing. I moved to my own beat of my drum. So here's the thing. I didn't boycott, and I'm not going to boycott because, for one, typically in the history of boycotting, with our generation, it doesn't stick. However, I do see that you guys are sticking to it. And
kudos to the ones that did.
Cheetos to the ones that didn't. Anyway, but no, if you guys are sticking them where it hurts, good. Because I have been having some bad experiences with these Target workers. Unfortunately, they are the same race as us, but they are giving Walmart service. And I'm just very disappointed. Like, if you don't like working with people, you need to work at the graveyard. They will not give you any problem.
Work with the dead.
Yeah, work with the dead. Because I don't think they will give you any problem. They may hunt you.
They don't care how you treat them.
But they're dead, honey. Yeah, they may hunt you if you, don't clean off their tombstone.
I don't know. I'd rather deal with the live than the dead now.
Well, if you're giving nasty attitudes.
Listen, I understand.
Yeah. Don't be working at a girl. Horrible. I kept looking around like, is this red or blue?
Now she thought it was Walmart.
I keep looking like, am I colorblind?
Okay.
I keep looking at her like, you're ghetto. Why are you here?
Oh, my.
It was horrible. And I'm looking like, do you not understand what's going on with this company?
They're losing money.
Thank you. So and she looked like her job is secured. And I'm looking like they're going to do something called a voluntary layoff. They're going to ask you to resign.
Get out.
And they're going to then make you resign.
You need to leave. Okay.
Girl.
They're going to turn into Walmart. They're going to put them all self-checks. Yeah. Everything going to turn into self-check.
I don't mind. I don't mind the self-check.
You steal.
Huh?
You be stealing.
I don't steal or kill.
Okay. Now, most people who love the self-checks be stealing. That's the only reason I'm asking.
At Target, they let you build up and then they will catch you.
Oh, not they let you. So they let you steal a certain amount? What's the amount?
Well, they let you build up to a certain amount so that it can get to a felony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they let you.
Oh, wow.
And then
They let you hang. So they give you the rope to hang yourself.
yeah, Target is very
Wow.
tricky.
Okay.
So once you get to a certain amount, okay, I'm gonna get. You think you're getting away.
Mm-hmm.
Target is very strategic, and then I think it's like 5,000.
$5,000, so I can go steal $4,999.99, and I get away with it.
You'll get away.
Okay, hold on now.
But they know that you'll do something again.
they said it was too
Around
easy.
the
He'll come back
holiday
for a pack of
season.
gum.
Right. Holiday season. Little boosters go out there.
Listen.
Boosters treat their stealing service like a business these days.
Child, they better take a play out of the Walmart book. You remember they burned it down so they could steal.
Who?
That's why they burned the one in Howell Mill. That's why we ain't got it no more. They set on fire and was stealing while they were trying to put the fire out. People were stealing from the store.
I'm not stealing anything from Walmart. I do not get it from Walmart. Their quality sucks. If you shop at Walmart, I'm sorry. I don't shop at Walmart.
Baby, they wasn't stealing food. They were stealing electronics, I'm sure.
I don't shop at Walmart. I don't care if it's electronics. I don't do anything at Walmart. It gives me a headache. I get an instant. I should be getting a check.
I know exactly what you mean. There's like this anxiety when you pull into the parking lot.
You don't know if you got to fight or flight. Nuck or buck.
Listen, that's how I feel at night. Like we leaving somewhere and people be like, let's go to Waffle House. I'm like, which one?
Yes.
What side of town we going to? No, I'm not going over there.
I don't even, I like sneakers. I won't even go in there for the $15, $20 sneakers they had. I went to an online purchase. But anyway, that happened in January. It was a lot. So if you guys did the Target boycott and you're hitting them where it works, hitting them where it hurts, shout out to you. I did not. And I'm saying that with my whole chest. If you have a problem with it, hit me up in the DMs.
In the comments.
No, not my comments. You could do my comments, but you can hit me up in the DM and we can have a nice, conversation about it. Not my comments. I don't feel like, having to have that type of energy on the front page, because if I have to use choice words,
okay,
I'd rather be
take it
in
to
the
DM.
DMs and be, we can spar in there.
Don't make me check you in public.
No, it's not about a check, but if I have to use curse words,
Ooh.
I don't want to have to be on the
over Target.
No, over you stepping to me.
Okay.
Why would you step to me about Target? They don't pay you.
Y'all heard that East Coast came out real quick.
No, I'm just saying, why is you checking me about a company that you don't own?
Why are you checking me about where I spend my money?
That'd be crazy. That's behooves
me.
He'll be up here getting mad at you about what you want to do. Like, hold on, do you own this company?
Oh my God. I understand what you're saying, because I went to McDonald's the other day and I got a 10-minute lecture. Like, why would you go to McDonald's? Click.
Because you were hungry. You wanted a fillet of fish.
Maybe it was right there.
Want?
It was late at night and it was right there, okay?
Yeah, you wanted a fillet of fish. What did you end up getting? A nugget?
A Big Mac.
Oh, you went old school, baby. You got a craving.
Okay, I had a craving.
A Big Mac. Extra
All right.
sauce.
February's here.
And you got a Black Big Mac. That was a black meal.
Okay. Oh, you remember when they had the black buns back in the day for Halloween?
No.
Oh my God. You don't remember when McDonald's had the black buns?
You had it?
I did. I tried it.
Oh.
I mean, it tastes just like a regular bun. It was just black. I thought it was burnt. Yeah, it was like a food dye.
Color. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So black buns, black power. Hi, February. So we're going to kick off the Grammys. Kicking off Black History Month, Beyonce wins Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter.
Finally.
After her husband got on that stage and checked everybody and their mama.
How's she going to have the most awards, the most Grammy awards of any artist, but never Album of the Year? It
didn't make any sense.
It didn't make any sense.
And after he said that, he started to get into some hot water.
As you just said it with your chest, I'm going to say this with my chest. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all giving Beyonce the Album of the Year, but she should have already had won it years ago for a different album.
For Lemonade, because that visual was amazing. And even Adele knew it.
Okay.
I hate when the Caucasian counterparts speak for us.
Mm-hmm.
And they already be knowing, like, they be having that shock, like, I deserve this. It should have gone to her. How did I get it? And we be sitting in the crowd like, girl, we don't know how you got it either, but go ahead and just do your thing.
Okay. But we do appreciate you being a fan of Beyonce. Everyone should be a fan of Beyonce.
Yeah, she's a hardworking woman. She gives great shows. Now, shout out to her in February. Then Doechii. I always chop this girl name up.
Is it Doechii or Doechii?
Doechii.
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 Okay.
Doshi. Okay.
Doshi.
She won her first Grammy, and to actually listen to a genre and never have heard the album that won Best Rap Album is insane. However, I love Doshi. I love her. I actually like her. But I was just so confused on how she won. And then fast forward to the American Music Awards, she didn't even win in that. I mean, it just was weird. Like,
So the Grammys are based off of your peers voting for you.
your peers, the American music, listen, that's your fans.
Right.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. Your peers, your where is this fam? You see what I'm saying? Where your people at?
That's what I'm trying to correlate, is that her fan base isn't Grammy voters.
No, but what I'm saying is that if you got your peers, you should now have this strong fan base. You should have a fan base as well. From now up until then, but she's been out for a minute.
She doesn't have the look. I know that we go over this sometimes before. I think she's absolutely talented. I think that she deserves to have a place she gets. She does not.
She does have the look.
Okay.
She does.
I think she's absolutely gorgeous. But I think that with her...
You're still saying the colorism.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
Yeah, it definitely is. Because you have people like Doja Cat. You have people like, what was her name? Ice Spice. This girl is circles around two of them. Mm-hmm. I love Doja Cat, though. But, I mean, as far as talent, as far as delivery, as far as execution, I feel like she deserves the accolade she gets, but I don't think that it's going to go over into mainstream because, again, she doesn't have the look.
What are you hearing all on this social media?
That she's overrated. She's an industry queen.
Hearing. Anxiety. That is a huge song. That's her song.
It is.
Right. That's mainstream.
Yeah.
Right. What are you talking about?
Again, having a hit song is different than being an artist who travels over to mainstream. Those are two different things. You can have a song that sticks like grits. Anxiety could go for the next 20 years, but is it going to propel her? Is it going to put her on tour? Is it going to have people wanting to work with her and knocking down her door to do that? That's the different thing. There are a lot of people that have had hits that have not necessarily taken off after winning Grammys.
But that's what's occurring.
Yeah, what's occurring?
She's being put on everybody's song.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's occurring. Everybody's like, why is she on this song now? She didn't need to be in this remix. Those are the conversations now.
Yeah.
She's now the it person to go to for the song. That's what's happening.
I must haven't heard any of these songs you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
What songs are we speaking of? I know her Anxiety song.
Anxiety is her song. Uh-huh. So now they're remixing songs. Now, what's happening is that it's new artists. Mm-hmm. These artists are people that we aren't checking for, but these are the songs that's out. That
Cardi did that when she first won.
Yes.
Okay, I got what you're saying now.
That's what I'm saying. You also have to remember that we're older. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, I'm thankful to be older. I'm blessed, but we're sort of phasing out.
It's not our demographic.
It is new songs and sounds. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I have to remember, I'm like, well, who is this one? I have to go into those spaces.
Google.
Yeah, I'll be like, well, damn, who is it? These people was buzzing. Mm-hmm. We just don't know because we're not checking for it.
I got you.
So she is with the current people that's popping.
Okay.
So I read the comments and said, oh, this song didn't even need a remix. This is fire. I'm like, I didn't know this song. Just because we don't know about it doesn't mean that it's not relevant. Mm-hmm. It's just not relevant to our ears.
I got you.
But it's relevant to the charts.
I got you.
So they're now going to her to be put. She's the girl to be put on. That's just the formula.
Her moment.
Right. Mm-hmm. So she is on songs. But if she's supposed to be on the top, this fan base is to be worked. That's what people don't understand about.
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. You couldn't go this whole podcast without saying it, girl. Go on and say her name.
The Queen.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Tony Minaj.
Okay.
That fan base is not to be fucked with. Just like Beehive.
It's not.
They have fan bases. These fans make sure that they are always going to be relevant, no matter the era, the year, the time. Y'all could be talking about this person, those names are going to be on there. Well, what about, just like Rihanna? Rihanna has a fan base, even though she gives no music.
And she still is one of the top streaming artists.
She is still, even though her music is not even streamable in some areas.
Yeah.
You're still going to have her name on, you know what I mean? Fan bases are important. These people don't understand.
They are.
So, though she got her Grammy, she should be rocking with her gators. That's what she calls her fans. But where was those gators for that AMA? They didn't go hard enough. Even Megan understands trying to have those hotties. I see them trying to do their thing on, Twitter a little bit. The Barb's eat them. The Barb's gonna get them. Cardi, she has a strong fan base, but a lot of them are ex-Nicki. Because they were rejects. Because they were.
Okay.
A lot of them got kicked out because, either they got blocked by Nicki or they just got mad at her or something happened.
Okay.
And then they became Barty fans. I've seen they switch up.
We are not doing this. We are not about to do this episode of this podcast.
We are.
We not.
We are.
We not.
So this is what occurred.
We are not rejects. And we didn't get kicked out of anything.
Wait, hold on. Who was we?
The Cardi fans. I'm a Cardi fan. What do you mean? You just said we were rejects. And I don't even ride with Nicki like that.
Wait.
I think she's dope, but I don't ride with her like that.
I didn't know you were Barty gang.
I'm definitely Barty gang.
Wait,
Ben Barty.
Wait, hold on, guys. The reveal.
Dun, dun, dun. So I have nothing to do this with you, this podcast.
I'm crying.
You're dragging me while I sit across from you. Like, you're rejects. You got kicked out or blocked by Nicki. Wow.
I look at you more of Kelly. I never knew that you were a rap stan girl.
Oh, my God.
You're not. You're more of a Kelly.
No,
you're not. You're not a rap
Before there was
stan.
a Kelly, there was a Kim. Before there was a Kim, there was a Queen. There was a Foxy.
No. I look at you more like Beehive and Kelly. I'll see you go hard for those two opposed in the rap girls. You don't be in that.
I don't really do that. The number's going to speak for listen, at the end of the day, there is not a girl that is going to compare to the numbers that Nicki has put out or put up. So there's no arguments there.
Right, but numbers speak for the. Here's the thing. You know what B put up, you know what Kelly put up, what they do, but you'll still be in the comments going hard for them.
Yeah.
I don't see you in the comments going hard for Cardi, and that's what I'm saying. I don't see you being gang for them.
Yeah, because by the time that all came, I was past Stan Wars. Like back in the day, I would do a Stan War.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't feel like you're a stan. I feel like you're a fan.
I'm a stan.
No, you're a fan.
I'm a stan.
No,
I want new music. I'm a stan. I'm under Cardi's post telling her to give us new music.
That's different.
And stream whatever.
If somebody says something, look how you just went hard for B and gave her like that whole speech. You're not like that.
You don't have to be like that. I'm a stan.
No, you're not. You're a fan. Anyway, so now we're going to go on to Janelle Monáe had some words for Nelly in February.
She did.
And she said F Nelly at the Grammys after party and called him a sellout.
Don't forget he was standing about 10 or 15 feet away from her when she said it.
And she was all rapping a rendition of his song.
She said, I used to be a fan, but now it's fuck Nelly. I said, okay.
Right. Now, the men won't say it, but the women will. So I'm glad she, had the balls to do it. Now,
they're not like us. They're not like us. They're not like us.
Now, somebody who isn't like them, but she's like us. But was she like us? Because she was in Dubai. Onaja Robinson.
Okay. Because she wanted $10,000 a day.
20,000.
Oh, did it got funny?
A black woman had been causing ruckus in Pakistan.
In the Middle East. All through the Middle East.
During the month of Black History. And y'all know social media turned her into a viral sensation. Okay. They got that girl bookings. When she came back to New York, they had her on the magazine covers. And I said,
Maybe she was doing club appearances here in Atlanta.
She came here?
Yeah. What's the club that's over there on top of the gas station over there off of North Avenue?
Oh, is that Quavo's spot? That was Quavo Club.
I think he's invested in it. I don't know if he owns it. But yeah, she was in that club maybe 2-3 months ago.
Well, honey, she had plans to marry a 19-year-old as a 33-year-old.
Okay. Well,
I don't know.
But
anyway.
What is a good age gap?
What do you mean? What's appropriate?
Like what's an appropriate, let's say he was 25 and she was 40.
I feel like 20.
Because, I mean, they're grown enough to be grown, but 40 is still young enough to be young.
Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, it's just like, I don't know, it's about maturity.
Okay.
Too, honestly.
It's about what you bring.
Yeah, if you're 25 and you can handle yourself in a mature manner, because there's some 25-year-olds that act like they're teenagers.
Okay.
And then there's some 25-year-olds that act like they
grandparents.
Daddy.
Okay.
They grown.
Like you got an old soul.
Yeah. So it just depends. But if you can respect them also, because you don't want to little boy him.
No. And I don't want to go out with nobody. First off, I'm not dating no teens, nothing. Because, baby, we can't even drink together.
Right. Teen, nothing.
Okay.
I don't understand how men do it.
Like, they want control. But that's a whole nother episode.
Right. But yeah. So Anaja was out there during Black History Month and just taking over, and they thought that she was just everything and just like, wow, a black woman out here just talking big money shit like she was Big Meech.
Okay.
But speaking of Big Meech and Little Meech, they got into it with 50 Cent.
Okay.
That was not on my bingo card.
I'm never surprised when 50 Cent has beef with anybody. I'm sorry. I don't know.
He's a carnivore.
Okay? 50 Cent does not mind getting in somebody else's business. Okay? So that's why I'm like, I'm not surprised. But that wasn't on my bingo card either. Because I'm like, don't they work together? Like, ain't he his boss?
Wait, but don't say boss. Because big Meech, honey. He's like, I'm a boss.
Okay.
I think it was more or less like they had an agreement.
Mm-hmm.
50 Cent is big on loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
When Ross got involved, he probably looking like, nigga, that's my shit. And Meech probably looking like, I don't belong to nobody.
Okay, I'm a grown man who just got out of prison.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, 50's like, nigga, I'm funding you.
And your son. I made your son famous. He playing you.
And then 50 Cent's son had something to say like, you thought that you was special.
Okay.
Because he like, shit, my dad don't even rock with me. What he gonna do and rock with you? You're not even his real son.
Ain't no loyalty.
Ain't no loyalty. Now, speaking of 50 Cent, still.
Oh, Lord.
His arch enemy had passed away. Irv Gotti, founder of
I thought you were talking about
Inc.
Ja Rule. I was going to look it up. Like, girl, Ja gone?
Well, Ja and Irv are packaged deal. Murder Inc. Founder of Murder
we're not
Inc.
supposed
Records.
to laugh. I'm sorry. May he rest in whatever he created for himself.
Well, we're not
Team
laughing at, of his passing, but he passed at the age of 54 due to complications from diabetes.
Oh.
So this was a real beef, y'all, and 50 Cent definitely took to his social media and said that he was smoking on that Irv Gotti pack.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody knows in the streets from the hood, if you say something that you're smoking on somebody's pack, that means that you are pretty much smoking on their ashes. And that is all disrespect everything.
Okay.
And, yeah. So, Irv Gotti died from a
even in his
stroke.
death, we still got beef. Cardi said, we're going to be forever.
And 50 Cent really believes that because this was a real beef that was...
he does not let up. He does not care. He does not care that you dead and your family is grieving.
Mm-hmm.
He's like...
Now, we forgot to mention that it had been mad baby announcements, so I'm going to loop this in.
Okay.
February, Soraya, which is an actress, Soraya, from Empire.
From Empire?
Yeah.
Okay, Hakeem's girlfriend.
Yeah, Hakeem. Oh, God, poor Hakeem. Soraya is expecting her first child with Joey Badass, who's also unique on Raising Kanan.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So she is expecting her first child. But Dream Doll and Coyle Ray, they also announced they were pregnant at the top of the year in January.
Oh, wow.
Dream Doll had her baby, and she named her Dream,
Congratulations.
spelled with the J. And then
Oh, that's cute.
𝐇𝐄 is going to have her baby, a little girl.
Okay.
She's naming her 𝐇𝐄𝐑𝐄 because that's a merge name of the father, which is Trippie Redd, the rapper. They're no longer together, unfortunately. But
Congratulations to the baby mamas.
but she's
Okay.
naming, his name is Michael. Her name is 𝐇𝐄, and so it's like 𝐇𝐄𝐑𝐄. It's pretty, it's cute. Oh, she's still going to and she's keeping it classy.
I mean, she still got time to think about it before she solidifies that name.
Oh no, that's it.
Okay. Well, congratulations to them.
Excuse me. So
Hope she makes enough money where it never has to go on a job application.
No, it's really pretty. If you have to see how it's spelled. It's
Okay.
it looks like Asian. It's not anything bad.
It's not how it's spelled. It's how it sounds and pronounced. Everybody gonna be pronouncing it forever wrong.
No, if you look at it, it's once you see it, it looks really nice.
I'll Google it later.
Yeah. So she's expecting now.
Congrats.
Yep. Now we're now in the month of what's March.
March. We're gonna start with them Oscars that came and went, right? The
What
outfits
happened
was cute.
What happened in March?
The Oscars came, and they went for a little bit of time. The outfits were cute. Oh, Candi was getting sued. Candi Gams. Don't talk about my man, my mama, or my money.
Oh, God.
She was getting sued, child. They said she was $150,000 behind on her rent at Blaze.
Jeez.
You don't talk about
Blaze.
Candi and her mama or her money.
It's a scheme set up by Todd.
Okay. To bring her to the forefront.
Wow.
Okay.
Then what else?
And then Diddy started his defense for his trial. You know, the trial hadn't kicked off yet, but he
Okay.
did drop a few lawsuits in March. He started by suing CNN. He said that they had allegedly edited the video that they put out for Cassie when he said that they were saying that he beat her and he said she didn't, so then they released the video. So then CNN released the full video, which made it even worse. So Diddy should have kept his mouth shut.
Well, that's not always Diddy speaking. That's his legal team.
His legal team should have watched the whole video before
Yeah.
he said that.
I don't think these guys have, but they should have hired me.
I mean, they need an OJ team, but unfortunately, most of them are dead.
Yeah, so R.I.P.
You know?
I mean, we are born to live and then die, so everybody has an exit date.
Yeah, but they all died at early ages too, though.
What's early though?
Like Robert died in his 40s, and then
Robert.
Cochran died in his 50s.
So
they all died like early
okay.
ages. So it was kind of like, when you surround yourself with evil, so you might want to be careful of who you defend.
I mean, when you become a lawyer, you got to get your money. Bills are due.
Yeah, you definitely have to get your money.
You got to go for the high ticket.
Yeah, you definitely. I mean, look at the one thing we didn't actually talk about because at the end of February, right before March started, Jay-Z finally responded, and he actually found his old lawsuit from last year. Remember when they tried to tie him to the Diddy? He actually is now suing the lawyer and the young lady who had accused him of having sex with her when he was underage. So, yeah, you got to have the right legal team because, baby, Jay-Z's legal team is not playing.
Yeah, Jay do not play. He said he's going to...
he said he's taking it to the mat.
An example. Okay, so now we are up in April, and that was the month of Kanye.
Kanye West, girl, from beginning to end. Okay.
Now, Kanye, I don't know if Kanye is gay because that was a lot. So Kanye West had been on Twitter, y'all, and he was just revealing a lot of stuff. I don't really want to talk about what he was saying about, Rumi and Sir Carter because, again, that was just very rude. But he was saying rude things about
Jay-Z and
Beyonce children.
Saying that they
was also, no, don't say that on here, please. And then he was also, revealing some things that he did with a family member. Now, to me, I felt like I was confused. I don't know if it was molestation or if it was just incest because he was saying that the cousin was younger and then he was like he performed oral sex on the cousin until he was 14. So I'm like, okay, was the cousin younger than you? And did you, molest him? Or was this y'all were the same age and then you were blowing him until you were 14. Now, if you both of the acts are illegal and you should be going to jail. You're a disgusting man, for one. Molestation and incest, and you want to be all in everybody else's business? We need to spotlight you, and you up there going in on Kim. I won't want my kids around you.
I mean, his wife walks around naked all day. His
Well,
wife literally walks in
that-
public all day
if that's-
naked.
if
So imagine how
that's-
she walks around at home when their children are there.
If that's even still his wife, because they said allegedly from her page, I don't know if that was an edited shot, she was saying some stuff like, okay, I know you want to get some things off your chest or, whatever, but this was not the appropriate place to do it. You know what I mean? Take in consideration of who is going to be reading it. These kids, little kids are evil. Little kids have access to stuff. So imagine if Saint's friends or Northy friends are being exposed to this information. They got to go to school like, hey, dude, your dad sucks penis. And you know what I mean? Like, do what you do in your personal life, but remember you have children. You see what I'm saying? So how you're releasing this information is not cool. And you did it with a song.
I think that we have to, because we are in June, we are going to take into consideration that we are speaking of someone that I can't personally diagnose, but I can say based off of the information we've received over the past few years, has some mental health struggles. So I think that, again, we don't want to chalk everything up to
Allegedly.
say, they have, allegedly, to say that they have issues or they're, but I do think that there are different struggles within Kanye West that he is battling, and I wish that he was surrounded by people who loved him and would help him and things like that.
I believe Kanye has been surrounded by people who loved him, but he pushes those people away by his behavior. You can only do so much with those who don't want to get the necessary help. You see what I'm saying?
I can agree with that.
I've been around people who've had mental health issues, right?
Same.
And if they don't want that help, you have to save yourself too, because at the end of the day, I cannot continue to disrupt my peace just to try to help you.
Correct.
I'm not about to go around do the disrespect, do these outbursts. You don't want to go to, if you are truly mentally ill, you will try to get some type of assistance if you care about your children. You see what I'm saying? Like this, the way you say you do. But you are so entitled to self. This is just how I feel about it, because you do not want to get any type of help.
I mean, I agree to disagree on certain things, and I understand what you're stating, but there are people who went home and killed themselves that thought about their children. There are people who went home and, killed their whole family while they think about their own children. So I'm saying that mental health is not necessarily put in the box of how you deal with it, how it comes out, or who has it. It's all about how we as a society deal with it.
I don't think that he has mental health issues. That's all I'm going to say. I feel like he's saying that just to get attention. That's how
Well, when we first started finding out Kanye had mental health issues, it wasn't because he told us. It was because Kim Kardashian was telling us in her divorce decrees, and it was coming out that way. So that's originally how we started finding out a lot of the things that Kanye West was doing. All of his mental health really started to unravel around his divorce with Kim. That's when a lot of the stuff that he started going through, it got worse.
I feel like it started with his mother passing.
I mean, I think his mother passing definitely unlocked it, but it got a lot worse when Kim and him split and he left. And he was fighting for his kids and all that stuff. I think all that stuff takes a toll on you.
That, yes, true. But I felt like when he showed up to that red carpet with that Hennessy, with Amber, and all of that
Beyonce should have won.
Yeah, I felt like as soon as his mother checked out, that's when all of that started. And a lot of times when
maybe his mother was the person that kept it in check.
Well, not even kept in check. I think that a lot of times when things happen in your life, that can cause your
Yeah.
mental
Yeah, you
to,
can snap.
can shake up. And then if you don't deal with it and you just work through it, because a lot of time people just work through things. And then now you don't get the help, and then all of this stuff you go through, you just let it pile up on you. So what I'm saying is that if you don't get the help, you push everybody away. You push a person away that probably, really loves you, that wants to be there for you. You do all of this stuff, and then now you're just blowing up at the wrong people. Now what? You see what I'm saying?
That's a part of
So,
life with people who have mental health issues. I have one of my siblings, and we are close, but she can, in a minute, she can be in a great mood, and she can literally snap, and I can be her worst enemy, and I'm the devil, and I'm all kind of fags, and excuse my language, but we've been there, and she has to circle back around, and she has her moments, and I as her brother, I love her through it, and I circle back around with her, and we have different conversations, but I understand that sometimes she gets very frustrated, and the way that it comes out is she lashes. I don't agree with it.
No, I not saying that you would, but with him, I just pay attention to him so much, and I just feel like it's the BS. I feel like when he wants to sell something, that's when all of the right now he's calm. I also feel like when you want to sell stuff, the gay, even Cameron even mentioned like peep stuff. When people, being gay is also now a trend too. I'm going to come out, I'm going to do this just to get the gay support. You see what I'm saying? People will do anything for money these days to make sales. I don't know why, I'm not famous. You know what I mean? That drug is just so addicting. Once you get up there, you don't ever want to come back down. So you'll do anything. Cameron even said that. Like, Kanye, now you doing the gay baiting. You up here talking about you did this with your cousin, this story.
One thing about the gays is the fan bases you were just talking about, the Beehive,
Right.
and the Rihannas,
Right.
and the Nicki Minaj's.
Right.
We are those loyal fan bases. We are the
Right.
reason that Madonna is still out here touring. We're the reason that Mariah Carey is still out here
Exactly.
touring. We are those fan bases, so we understand that we're the ones that still buy the concert tickets. How you said, I ain't going to see Beyonce. Baby, I'm going to see her twice.
Right. White people and the gays. They are going to buy those tickets. And so for him to just go ahead and, why would you make that announcement with a song? My cousin, I put it in a song. Here's a song. You feel me?
I got what you're saying.
You tying it in with a song. When you do something else, here's a T-shirt.
So do we feel that same way about Beyonce giving us Lemonade and telling us about her husband cheating on her and her almost leaving and all those? It's kind of like people...
Wait, look. But no. Listen to what you're saying.
I got you.
When you're comparing, is it on a consistent basis when she does it?
No, I'm not saying whether it's a consistent thing. What I'm saying is it's an artistry thing. I'm saying, how do we pick and choose which artists can give us their mental issues, their rawness, and not feel like they're trying to take advantage of a situation or gay bait or something like that. If it's something that truly happened to him and he wanted to...
Listen to what you're saying.
I'm listening.
Is it on a consistent basis?
Of Kanye West being crazy?
No.
Oh.
When he does it, it's all the time. When she did it, it was that time when she was vulnerable and this happened and she put it in. She's not doing it every time.
Well, if you listen to the Beyonce album and then you listen to Lemonade, she talked about different things throughout multiple albums. So it's not just a one-time thing that she mentioned it, because if you go back and listen to Jealous and different songs from her Beyonce album, and then you listen to Lemonade, they're all kind of tied together. So no, Beyonce gives us her hurt. She also gave us her hurt when she did The Gift, if you listen to the actual lyrics and words she's saying. So Beyonce does do it. It's just that she's calculated on how she does it, where Kanye West is just in your face like, rah.
No, Kanye comes to Twitter. He tweets about it, and then he says, oh, I'm about to drop this, da-da-da-da, and it's chaotic. Beyonce is singing in a song just like Jay-Z talks about his life in a song because he's releasing. That's something different.
But Kanye West is a chaotic person.
No, it's not about being chaotic. It's about whenever he has something to release, he's going to do all of this stuff on Twitter, talk about people, kids, talk about religions, talk about
He's
races,
going to get the public
talk about all
riled
of
up
this
in his
stuff.
interest.
And then he's going to say, oh, I have a T-shirt here, blah, blah, blah. You can't compare how Beyonce put certain things because also, look, she's not just pinning.
It wasn't a comparison.
Wait, look.
It wasn't a
was it?
comparison.
What
I was
was
just
it?
saying, as an artist, when do we say that it's okay for an artist to give us information without necessarily saying that they're trying to buy into some type of stereotype or something like that? That's what I'm saying. I wasn't saying
when you bring up someone else, that is a comparison.
So what I was saying is Kanye West gave us his hurt and his pain through a song. You didn't like how he did it.
That's
Hold
a
on.
song.
Let me finish what I'm stating, though.
Go ahead.
So he gave us this through a song. It wasn't a full album, fine. It was a song. He gave us his hurt and his pain, his therapy through a song. But when Beyonce does it, it's not like we're sitting here like breaking down like, oh, well, she went online and she did this first and she did that and she put this out. So she was calculated. But when it's Kanye West, we're trying to figure out how he was calculated before he gave us his hurt and his pain. Now, if he would have just given us the song without doing any other tweets, would it still have been a problem? If he still would have said the same exact things he said in that song, but never posted a tweet, never said anything about Beyonce's children, he just gave us the song and it said still the same thing, it gave the same message, and it told the children everything he did, would you still have the same problem?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying is. I'm saying that you would have had a problem no matter what he did. That's what I'm saying. You were trying to compare it to say like, oh, well, he's doing it as a market thing. He's trying to go for the gays. He's trying to do that. Even if he didn't do all that, you still would have had a problem with Kanye West delivering the song that he delivered, even though that was his therapy and his pain.
That's not his therapy and his pain. That's his tactic to sell stuff.
That's your opinion on that. But what I just asked you is, even if he didn't do all the tweets and did any of those things, you still would have had a problem.
That's what he does on a regular basis. What I'm saying to you, you brought up Beyonce, and you're saying that's how she did the Lemonade, and she released what she went through with Jay-Z with the infidelity.
You're right.
Right? But you also have to understand, Beyonce has writers. And you also mentioned other songs. She's just not writing songs by herself. A lot of these songs are written for her, and she's singing them.
Okay.
Right? So remember that To the Left. Neo wrote that.
Right.
She sung it as if she was experiencing that.
Correct.
That wasn't her story. He penned that for her.
Okay.
Right?
Correct.
So had it never been revealed that Neo wrote that for her, you would have thought that was her experience, right? And you would have been like, oh, Beyonce went and she poured her art and this is her therapy. Come to find out, Neo penned that and said, Beyonce, go into the studio and go ahead and sing that. You see what I'm saying? So Beyonce, all of her songs that are on the album may not even be her story. She's just singing it.
Correct. But we're not talking about every song.
Listen. Exactly.
Right.
We're talking about an album. You're the one that brought it here, so allow me to go ahead and touch on it.
Okay.
So for Kanye, I'm saying for him, this is his tactic. This is what he does. He comes to social media. He's been doing this since, I'll say,
forever. Since it started.
No, not forever, because remember, he hasn't been wigging out and doing all of this. He hasn't been like on Twitter for like that. He's been doing it. I'm gonna say like since the life of Pablo. I'm gonna say.
I don't even remember when that was.
I do. That's why I'm mentioning it. So it's been like life of Pablo. Amber was around. Amber was he? What Amber doing?
So about 10, 15 years ago.
Twitter has been around since 2007.
7. Yeah,
7,
I got in there at 9. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I was working at AT&T. Yeah. I remember I was working there. So he would go on there. He'll do like his rants and be outlandish, say all of this stuff, and the next thing you know, he has something about to drop.
I got that part.
With Beyonce, or I don't even know why you bring it up, but any artist, they're going to put whatever they go through. That's an outlet for them at times.
I got that.
I
was just trying to figure out if your problem was with Kanye West or his delivery. That's why I asked you.
It's not about his delivery. It's just about him being on social media, going at different people that has nothing
But my
to do
question
with
to
his
you-
life. Why are you going at all of these different people? Why are you even saying this? Oh, I did all of this stuff and now I want to put the song out, and you're not even thinking about your children.
So that was my question to you, was when I said that, because you originally set it up to say that he does it as like a marketing tool. He always riles the public up
Right.
and then sells something to us.
Right.
So my question was originally when I compared him to Beyonce, because Beyonce does not do that. She just gives it to us. She gives us whatever she's going to give. It wasn't a comparison as in artist or work or artistry. It's saying their delivery. What I was asking you is if Kanye West put that song out without all the rigmarole, without all the extra stuff in the background, he just gave you the song.
What is your point that you're trying to get to?
That's what I'm getting at. Is
No.
you still would have had a point because of the message of the song. Period. You have a problem with the song. You don't necessarily have a problem with I understand you have a problem with him. You're saying that he always trying to sell something, but you didn't necessarily have a problem. Your problem is with the message of the song and him talking about what he talked about, and his kids could possibly hear it one day.
It's both.
Okay.
It is both.
Okay.
Because it was so raw on social media. And then I didn't listen to the song, so I don't know how it's said in the song for me to even dissect it. I can't speak to it.
Okay.
I don't listen to his music now.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a softer approach on the song. I don't know. So I can't say. But all I know is it was crazy.
Yeah, I definitely
on the tweet.
Yeah,
for his children. And then I feel like it's always to sell stuff. Point blank, period.
Yeah, I definitely think that there is some attention seeking behind it. I don't necessarily know if the sales, because I've been watching Kanye for the last few years, I don't know if the sales and the streams are coming necessarily from what he's trying to do, but I do get your point that he's always trying to rile up the public with some type of, BS before he gives us what he's trying to give us just to bring attention to himself. But again, he also has a wife who walks around butt naked all day.
If he's still with her, because I remember they were saying they were going to get a divorce or whatever, but April was really crazy with him because he was just doing a lot.
He dominated.
He did, and I'm glad he's quiet right now, so hopefully he'll remain. He also released merch with...
They say April showers brings Mayflowers.
Right. He also released merch with, what's that girl? For Cassie.
Candace?
What?
Wait.
Why are you saying my name?
I thought you were talking about the shirts he released with that Candace girl.
What Candace girl?
You know the one that don't like black people, but she black.
Candace Owen, he released shirts?
Yeah, you remember they had the White Lives Matter shirts?
That was years ago.
I just thought when you said he released shirts, I didn't know he released another set of shirts. That's not like with Candace.
He released the Sean John shirts, and then he released the shirt.
Sean John?
Yes, he got back with, remember him and Diddy was doing some working.
No.
But he had did something where he had released, it was like this logo that was like a
swastika.
Yeah. He released those shirts and he was out of control for that.
I did not know.
Yes. So then we rush into May. Now May was really crazy. Now, oh my God, May. Hold on.
Sorry.
Wait. Wait, hold on. Little Miss Shirley with them fans.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Them boots. Now, how do you feel about that little
Couldn't
baby?
have been my daughter.
What do you think about her?
I think that social media is ruining parenting. And people are more worried about being viral than being parents. I don't necessarily see a problem with the young girl having a good time and learning the dance. I more so have a problem with where she is
performing,
who she's performing for, what she's necessarily wearing when she performs, because she can do that without having on some bell bottoms. She can still have on a cute little, little girl outfit and do the same dance and flip her little fan. So I think that that's probably my biggest thing, but I don't feel like it's necessarily a problem with social media and children. I just think that it's the parent.
Okay. I appreciate your feedback as a dad and then a man. I do like the fact that she can pick up a two-step real quick. She is a star. I love her
She grew up to be an amazing
personality.
dancer.
I love that she was on Jennifer Hudson's show. I said a prayer for little Miss Shirley. Her real name is Lariah, y'all.
Oh, that's so
And
cute.
yeah, her name is Lariah. Her mother calls her Miss Shirley because she has
Old
a
soul.
old spirit, and she said she gave her like a little face or a little attitude when she looked back at her in her car seat. But her name is Lariah. So I feel as though that she does need to protect her, watch her very closely, because these older men can probably be attracted to her because she has like a little shape.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, that's no ma'am. No
No,
ma'am.
no, really, no. You have to be.
No ma'am.
No, you do.
No, I mean I hear what you're saying, but I'm just oh my God, no
Yeah,
ma'am.
because if you dress them up in those adult clothing, unfortunately, these men that have predator mindsets, they can start looking at them in a adult manner.
John Benet Ramsey.
I can't really speak to that because John Bonet was doing pageants. I
That's
don't
what I'm
have
saying.
anything.
You put them in this world, and people
Right.
start to see them in makeup as women and not as little girls.
Right, but I mean, I don't mind the pageantry industry. So
I don't either. I
it's
have a
still
niece that runs
successful.
and wins.
Right. So I think somebody in her family did something to her personally, and
Girl, we can do a whole episode on that.
Yeah. So, but
But yeah, I think that I agree.
they
with
just
you.
gotta keep her protected. But
Yeah,
other
I
than
think that they agree. I think that if she was going on like kid shows and teaching other little kids and
Yeah.
on Disney and stuff like that, I think that her mother gave her to an adult demographic.
Yeah.
And
she is but she's very mature. She used to go viral before all of this, and her viral clips were she's very mature. She'd be like, "What's up? Like, I'm thinking about you." I'm like, that was Miss Shirley. I'm like, she's just very mature. So shout out to Miss Shirley. Keep her protected, and let's
change her clothes.
and change the content to more youthful stuff, Mom.
Okay, where's Hannah Montana at?
Hannah Montana. Oh, not that Hannah Montana. I'm talking about Migos. Hannah Montana.
Okay,
Hannah
I'm
Montana.
like, wait, no, we still need a dark club.
Right. All right. So,
Okay.
hello, May. May got crazy because this is where Diddy's trial started.
Did he do it or did he
Oh
not?
my God. Damn. Can I buy baby oil in peace? I feel
Girl.
so nervous buying my baby oil now.
I just ordered it online. Have it delivered through Amazon, girl.
I think I'm going to do that now because I went into the store and I was like, where's the baby
Mind
oil?
you, I'm gay, girl. I go buy a Fleet before I buy baby oil now.
What is Fleet?
Girl, that's what we use to clean out. We have a whole nother conversation about that later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't want to know about it, but I use baby oil because I'm a chocolate girl, and we like to not be ashy.
Get some Vaseline.
No, Vaseline leaves that white
It'll feel you burn.
residue, and so baby oil. I do this trick in the shower. Wait. Oh, she's a freak.
Yow!
But no,
Okay.
I do this thing in the shower where I shower and then I put baby oil on and pat dry when I get out when I'm in a rush, and that just already gets the skin
So you put
ready
it on while you're wet.
while I'm wet.
Okay.
It's really nice, but it's very dangerous.
Okay.
you
Slipping
can
and
slip.
slide.
And then you also have to really wash your shower out really good because it can get like dirty at the bottom. And I remember one time I did this at my grandparents' house. Girl, my grandpa like, who the hell? I'm like, Grandpa, I'm sorry. I forgot to like what.
Oh, Lord, you almost made your granddaddy slip and slide in the tub.
broke a hip, baby.
Okay.
But yeah, so let me buy my baby oil in peace.
Okay.
Like, please.
Leave me alone and
Diddy.
stop side-eyeing me over my baby oil.
But Diddy and that baby oil, that is an obsession. Like, more oil, baby.
I mean, I will say he was always shining and glistening on the red carpets, and that makes sense.
No, he did. And I personally feel like this is just a circus. Cassie, her testimony was very hard-hitting. Capricorn Clark, her testimony was very hard-hitting. But these other people, the Punisher, he just coming on. He's doing a book.
They gotta get that going.
I really feel everybody is coin driven. And I just feel like the stuff that Diddy was doing, I don't feel like he knew what he was doing was criminal.
Say that again.
I don't feel like what he was doing. I don't feel like he knew what he was doing was criminal.
So let me just explain one situation of what they're saying happened, and you come on the other side of this and say how you feel.
Yeah.
So basically, he would hire someone like Punisher to have sex with Cassie.
Right.
Then he would secretly record it. And then he would use that as ammunition to get him to do whatever he wanted, or he would say that he would release it to the public, or he would ruin their life.
Oh. Okay, so that would be criminal.
Yeah.
But that would be criminal. Now, as far as like the sex trafficking, I don't feel like he knew that was sex trafficking because the sex trafficking laws have just come into play. All those years ago, no, they did because they just changed
I
it.
hear you. Yeah, I mean, the laws are still growing. I definitely agree with you.
Right. So what I feel like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I didn't know back then, how we are now implementing this? That's not fair to me.
Because he wasn't thinking that it was sex trafficking. But again, if I know that you did, okay, let's say I'm with you and I see you do something and I'm like, ooh, friend, you hit that car and you got away with it. Like, you didn't say nothing. And now I use that as ammunition over you every time I want or need something from you to say, if you don't do it, I'm going to go call the police, tell them you did that hit and run. I got all the evidence and I'm going to turn you in.
Right. But
that becomes, but it may not be sex trafficking, but if I'm using that as ammunition to get you to do sexual things, that aligns.
Okay, but I'm talking about me with my girlfriend or my guy, because him and Cassie were in a relationship. And I feel like once I paid her that 30 mil, that's why I feel like he doesn't have the correct lawyers on his side. He don't have pit bulls. And I'm not saying that Diddy should get off. What I'm saying is if I'm a lawyer, it is my job to get my client off. This is all I'm saying, y'all.
I got you.
That is my job.
Your job is to get the guilty off.
If you're a lawyer.
Yeah, I mean,
that's your job.
Even if I know you're guilty, if you pay me to defend you, I'm going to defend you to the death.
I got to defend you. So here's the thing. Cassie and him were together. Mm-hmm. Cassie did some shit. Mm-hmm. She was involved. Mm-hmm. Right? So if we're together and we're crossing these lines and we're having sex, how do I know that this is sex trafficking? I did not know.
You may not know it's sex trafficking, fine.
Because there were no laws in place at that time.
Hold on, but there are laws in place
now. How could they go back?
But
it should be a statute of limitation.
Sex trafficking is it's just a part of this charge. That's need you to understand. There's bribery.
Right. But no, even though it's just a part, we need to get that out of there so it can get reduced because they're going to go ahead and charge him.
He has a RICO case. So I need you to understand with a RICO case, he only has to be guilty of 2 of multiple things on that list. Even if they remove sex trafficking, it's still a RICO case.
Right. But then what's the other things that he's fighting up against?
He's fighting extortion for using sex tapes to make people sex workers to do what he wanted them to do. He's fighting against bribery because he sent emails demanding Cassie's family give him $20,000 to get some type of videos or sex tapes, and they have all the emails showing that he did these things. He's being done for racketeering for having 𝐇𝐄𝐑𝐄's car blown up.
Is there strong proof on that? I didn't feel like
that's what we're gonna find out at the end.
Yeah, no, when 𝐇𝐄𝐑𝐄 came and then that little part, I don't feel like it was strong proof on that.
But I need you to understand that most of the cases that we see, we don't get everything that they have in discovery. We get testimonies. We don't get, like, for instance, when they
Armand is giving thorough recaps.
Let me finish. He might be giving thorough recaps of what he's seeing, but there's always discovery and things that we don't see. There are videotapes that we haven't seen that they say that they have. There are text messages that they say that they have.
If he's at that trial, he's giving a full recap of everything that he's seen. He's at the actual trial.
I mean, I got that, but what I'm saying is, at the trial, there's still evidence that we don't see or that they don't get. What I was trying to say is the whole Tory Lanez thing. Megan just released evidence a few weeks ago that we hadn't seen. We knew he was found guilty, but she released even more things that we were sitting there like, oh shit, like we didn't know they had this. We didn't know they had shooting from ring cams and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying is there are different things in discovery that we don't necessarily see as the public.
So you're saying that this is what I'm saying to you. We're not the public. If you're at the trial, you're a juror. I'm at the trial with the juror. That's what I'm saying. He's inside.
There are things that the jury will see in the jury room that you will never see in the actual court. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. When they go in that jury room, there may be text messages, videos, pictures, and things that they may see that we will never see in court because it has to still be kind of private because it may show Cassie and and Punisher in situations or other people that are accusing him of things that they say they have videos and tapes of it.
So they're not letting the courtroom see it. They're
everything.
Taking it into the other room.
There's some discovery we will never actually see. Now, when the court case is completely over, they may make everything public to the actual public and give us absolutely everything, but they may redact some stuff. We don't know yet.
Okay. All right. So
I just hope he gets. I'm just gonna say this. I hope he gets a fair trial. That's it. Whether he did it or not, I hope he gets a fair trial.
I hope he gets that's all I want is a fair trial. I don't want somebody to get stuck with more than what they need to get stuck with. All I just predicted, I said, I feel like he will get some time. I predicted between 8 to 20 years. That's my prediction. What about you?
I'm with you on that. I think that at the end of it, some of the charges will be dropped. He'll be found out guilty on some of the charges. But that video of him beating Cassie the way that he did, that is... And you have to realize that, again, this case is brought by the state of New York. This wasn't Cassie. All these people were testifying were subpoenaed. They are forced to do this.
No, they are all
forced. They're all being forced. So she settled her. She got her 30 mil. She could have walked away. State of New York said, no, baby, come tell us what you know. So it's one of those things where I don't think that she wanted to sit on stage on the stand and tell us that, she was letting people urinate in her mouth. Like, I wouldn't want to tell, even if that was something I wanted to do in my bedroom. That was in my bedroom. I don't want to come out here and tell people. You know what I'm saying? So I think there are certain levels of things that, as you were saying earlier about Kanye West, her children are eventually going to be able to read this testimony.
Well, her husband was there, and she had to tell. I think
that they had already had a whole bunch of conversations.
People keep saying that. I don't think it came like that. You have to understand.
I think it's still hard.
No, it was hard, but I don't think it came deep like this. The questions that they asked was different than the conversation. Like, yeah, babe, I had sex. Then when you go in that room and they asked you in that way, and you have to deliver. Because
you have to describe the moments, the sections. What were you feeling? Where was Diddy sitting? What was he doing? Where did you do that?
She didn't tell him about no sores and no mouth. She didn't tell him that. The details, the meat and potatoes. She gave him like a little side salad with a little drizzle dressing.
I'm sure there were parts of him that was sitting in that courtroom that was enraged, sad, upset, disappointed, all those different feelings and emotions.
I also feel like let me tell you, this is what happened.
Okay.
And everybody's probably saying the same thing. We're all on the same page. I also feel that Jane Doe is Gina. I could be wrong. I don't feel that it's Gina is the other Asian that Young Miami was having a beef with on social media.
Oh, okay.
I don't feel like it's Daphne because this is just my take. It's just some of the things that they're saying that's just not making any sense.
Okay.
Daphne has a kid with 50 Cent.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about.
Right.
I know who you're talking about now.
Gina has a kid also. Daphne, I'm pretty sure, has some child support coming in from 50. This woman said that she didn't have no money. She didn't have nothing going. You know what I mean? Nothing. 50 had a son with this girl. She was getting some type of...
50 didn't take care of his oldest child, so I don't know about that. I digress.
No. He gave child support until he was that age, and then he stopped. But the mother messed that relationship up because she got into the boy's mind. But she thought she was going to be getting more money.
When you are a present father, no woman can tell your child about you. When you are a present father, there in their life, showing up, no one can deter how that child feels about you when they physically see you, feel you, and touch you. So I hear what you're saying. But had 50 Cent been present in that child's life on an every day, every month, every year, whatever basis, his mother cannot tell you about your father when you see it. She can't tell your daddy ain't shit when your daddy show up every day and he is shit. No, you're just mad and bitter. My daddy shows up for me. So those are two different things. Let's just make sure we understand that. I understand they have a bad relationship, but when you're present, no one can tell your child about you.
I ain't getting into all of that. All I'm saying is that she was getting a little something, and then they squabble, and then he cut their water off. So it's just not aligning.
So you make your child suffer.
That's just what he does. So.
You make your child suffer because you got beef with the mother.
that's just that's what he does.
I know.
And whatever happens, gonna happen to him. I don't know.
May he get the
But-
karma he deserves one day.
I don't know. So, but with this one, I just don't feel like it's Daphne. But they're saying that Gina didn't get subpoenaed. I don't know, but I feel like the Jane Doe is being protected. The judge said that no social media can reveal who it is. He said if any social media person or any platform or anybody reveals it, they will have to face some type of consequence. So they're really strict. And I'm like,
so did Jane
dang.
Doe like do a testimony in like front of the grand jury or something? Do they have a testimony from her? If they're
She's been testifying. This past
oh, she's on the stand. They just won't release who she is to the
they
public.
will not. Nobody.
So that
can
means
say who it
Armand's
is.
in a courtroom
He
sees it,
can't.
but he can't tell us.
He can't.
Oh.
Now,
Okay.
if he slip and tell like his friends, somebody, that's how it's gonna get. But nothing. Shade room can't say nobody. The person that's inside.
So is
nobody.
the person testifying? Is it like good? I ain't been watching. I haven't honestly been following the
she's
trial.
saying that she was getting jealous about how he was treating the new girl like for her birthday. So it was Young Miami caused all of this. That's why Cassie really did that. I'm trying to tell you. They saw how
All over Young Miami getting love from Diddy. So they said, watch this. So you don't think it had nothing to do with Diddy suing the liquor company for $2 billion?
not necessarily,
Okay.
but how he was flaunting this. Because remember,
I don't see the problem. Why would Cassie be mad? She married with children.
because they had to go back to the mother house. Alex Fine probably wasn't getting no money like that. They seeing how he living, this girl all over, take me to Chanel, nigga. Remember they was in that Chanel
Yeah.
store, he dropped that money.
But you
That-
left.
Who?
Cassie.
Yeah, but you got to also understand the money was slow. They ain't have no money coming in. All of that stuff.
So you feel like everything was just, so you don't feel like she, even after seeing the video and
What
hearing his
video?
testimony, the video of her getting stumped out and beat in the hallway. In the hotel.
I'm
Hold on.
telling you.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, I got what you're saying, but I'm just asking.
What am I saying?
You're saying that all of this chaos started because of Cassie. They were jealous, or they saw
because of Young Miami.
I'm sorry, because of Young Miami.
was the fuel.
They saw her winning, so they got jealous, and now they came to take Diddy down because she didn't have any money.
Like a little
I
motivation,
got what you're
like
saying.
we want the money.
But even with that being said, you don't think that all the things that she was able to list that Diddy did to her, she deserved the money?
I didn't say anything about deserve.
I'm
saying
asking.
She needed to get some type of payout because she didn't get anything. She's saying after all of these years.
So you don't think that Cassie would have come after Diddy if Miami wasn't in his life, is what you're saying? You don't think it would have happened the way that it did if he wouldn't have got with Young Miami? You don't think Cassie would have came after her $30 million? There's a statute of limitations
she
on
got
certain
20.
things. But there's still a statute of limitations on things. So she only had a certain amount of time to go after it.
I don't know because remember I don't know because she wasn't with, she got with Alex. Alex was getting money from him.
For
That's
doing
not-
personal training or something, right?
Right. That was
Okay.
probably one of his top clients. No longer a client.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? She had asked him nicely. They had went to him like, hey, let us get some money. And Diddy was like, F no.
Because she probably went in with all the evidence she had. Like, you owe
Right.
me.
Like, I want my money.
And he said no. So she embarrassed him.
No, she went, not even embarrassed him. She's like, I'm about to go file this lawsuit. Like, she can't, his ego got in the way.
Yeah.
And now all of this came out.
And here we are.
And here we are.
In the midst of a trial. Did
So-
he do it or did he not?
Yeah. And he was over there living life and acting in Young Miami in the crowd,
all right.
like, go Poppy and all of this stuff.
You know who else went to jail in June? You know who else went to jail in June? I'll give you a hint. They was in London, overseas. 24 hours after saying, free Tory.
Oh, God, Chris Brown. And then he got his tour going. But I told Breezy, when it comes to freeing somebody or court and jail, you got to mind your business.
Sir. We still walking on eggshells about Rihanna.
But he's out. Oh, and Rihanna had announced her pregnancy at the Met Gala last month.
Okay, if she don't stop having all these
And her
damn
man was
babies.
almost about to go away, but then
Okay.
thank God he got off. So
It seems like she got a type.
She liked the bad boys.
Okay, she like the bad boys.
But then Chris Brown had to pay $6 million. So y'all know them tickets are not going to come down. We're going to have to pay to
Finna
see
go up.
Breezy. They're going to go up.
They finna go up.
Don't think they're going to get a discount.
Okay.
But
He trying to get back to U.S. soil.
Tory Lanez had got stabbed up.
Allegedly.
He did. He got
Allegedly.
The man got stabbed.
That's what y'all say about. That's what they say when we tell them that he shot Megan. They always say allegedly. Allegedly.
No, they do say that she got shot, but they say that
Allegedly.
he allegedly did it. They said that girl did it.
Allegedly.
So
Allegedly, he got stabbed.
we saw the tape.
We couldn't see it that clear. We couldn't tell that was a story or not.
Oh my God. Them Spanish
Somebody
dudes
got stabbed.
Them
Somebody got
Spanish dudes
cut up.
gonna be-
Can we see some like pictures of like the stab wounds? Have he released any of those? Like, has he released any of like the stitches, like showing where he got stabbed and how bad it was? Like, that would be more so like, ooh, he really got stabbed. That's what I would do.
But here's the thing. That's what happened in jail. So it is what
I mean,
is.
it is, but if he wants that sympathy, I would have released the pictures and videos of the stab wounds.
I don't know.
But they probably got
so-
healed like Donald Trump's ear.
Got a little graze.
Okay.
Oh my God. Now DDG had got stabbed allegedly by Haley, the mermaid.
Okay.
Mermaid
Okay. She found that little doohickey down there. She brought it out.
Oh, not that doohickey down. Remember that
The
little
little
doohickey? The fork?
The fork. Shut up.
I can't believe their beefing is bad.
You know what?
But Halo is supposed to be about peace.
Okay. It ain't no peace and tranquility over there.
It's a lot, y'all.
Okay. Then his mama standing there like she the BMF mama. Black Mafia family. You saw the picture they posted?
My son don't do nothing.
My son don't do. When we release all our text messages, y'all gonna regret it. They released some text messages. I was sitting there like, okay, so it looks like she was going through postpartum depression. She sounds sad, like she wants to kill herself and her child, and you're using this against her. I don't know if. And again, I'm not saying right or wrong. I don't want to feel like but I feel like personally as a father, and I don't think I would have released text messages showing that my baby mama at some point in time in her life thought about killing our child, because at some point in time our child may come across this. And now you like I think that
People
certain
don't think
ammunition,
when it comes to social media, it's crazy.
I don't understand why we needed that.
Right. Oh man, Biden has released a cancer diagnosis. Damn, Biden.
And Trump talk about something. We need an investigation.
He said an investigation. I thought he
Baby,
wished him well.
He said he wished him well, and then said we need an investigation because we want to know how long they were hiding it. You hear? Oh, baby.
You
Donald
know
Trump
what?
is
I
trumping.
don't subscribe to much of his stuff, but yeah. Oh my goodness! Now Remy Ma and Papoose.
Ooh, they was in a
beefing.
lover quarrel.
They are out of control.
Okay, she
and,
said he was broke and she was paying the bills from jail.
and Pap said that she's a lesbian. Oh, I'm sorry. I always use the wrong term when it comes to them.
Lesbian.
I like to call them lesbons. That's a little, razzle dazzle.
That's a little razzle dazzle on it.
The other
okay.
one is the
girls who like
derogatory
girls.
terms. Yeah, but
So he's saying that, we wouldn't be surprised. She is kind of rough around the edges. I wouldn't be sitting here like,
because
oh.
somebody's rough around the edges.
I just said I
doesn't
wouldn't
mean
be surprised. I didn't say she was. I said
You
I wouldn't be
said-
surprised.
But why would just because somebody's rough doesn't mean
I mean,
they're
not just that. Like
it.
she her rap style, the way she moved. I'm just saying, I was more surprised if she got with Paps than I would if she would have got with
Paps?
Patricia.
As
Okay.
in Pap Smear.
Okay, I was more surprised she got a Paps and not a Patricia to begin with. So I'm not sitting here like, oh, he told us something we not. Okay, she
Yeah,
did 7 years in
right.
jail.
What does that have to do with anything? She had to.
Somebody was getting that cat.
Yo, I'm crying.
Okay.
So,
Because you know what they say, eating ain't cheating.
well, he has a type though, because Clarissa is harder than Remy.
Hello. That's why I said they're in a lover's quarrel. He might as well take them both home.
But she got her. They call him a Temu Pap,
Oh,
a Sheen Pap. She
Okay.
has a new man,
she do.
and he looks a little Newportish.
Okay. Like he be getting pegged at home.
No, he just looks Newportish.
Okay.
Like a long Newport long.
Newport Long. Virginia Slim.
No, Newport. Oh
I'm not
my
gonna
God.
play with you.
So now, oh God, another relationship that's broken home. Offset is seeking spousal support from Cardi B.
Girl. Okay. First off, how do you cheat on a woman for all these times? She keep forgiving you and having babies with you.
And now
then-
you want her to break bread?
And whatever judge ever tries to give him some money, we will.
Well, it depends on where they were married and the laws. I think they were married if they were married in California, he's going to get it.
He cheated.
That doesn't matter.
Multiple times.
Listen, in California, you heard of Kevin Federline? You heard of
They didn't have no
Isaac?
prenup.
They don't have a prenup.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm telling
Did they
you.
get married in California or did they get married in Atlanta?
I don't know.
I thought they got married in Atlanta.
I don't. It depends on where they got married. I don't really remember.
I mean, I would hope she would be smart enough to have a prenup.
They don't have a prenup because he's rich. Why would
Is he though?
He's
If
not
he's rich, he don't want no money. Don't no rich man want no money from their baby mama. Your kids is gonna see this one day. You're gonna have to explain to your son how you took money from his mama.
a Sagittarius.
I don't care what your sign is. Be a man.
Ugh,
The hell?
them men don't care.
That's the problem. Who gonna be the boy? Who gonna be the boy? And then during Pride Month at that. Okay.
Listen, money don't got no sex, no sign, no race. It has got a color. It's green.
Okay,
Give it
I
to
hear
me.
you. I hear you.
Yeah, so
That's a bitch move. That's the way
I
I'm
just
sorry.
told you, money don't got no gender.
It doesn't, but I'm telling you that's the bitch move. You cheated on your wife multiple times. You caused your divorce. That woman gave you multiple children even after you embarrassed her. She had bitches beat up in strip clubs because of you. And then you go, after all this, now that she finally wants to leave and try to go find somebody happy, you want to come after her money. It was your money. You should have stayed at home and you wouldn't be having to come after it.
Well, Cardi did a pop out with Stephon
Ow.
Diggs, who they said is a part of the LGBTQ community.
Who said
so
that?
they are saying he's DL.
Oh, okay. He ain't got to be DL. He can be fully blown. Come on over here. Because he fine. I see why Cardi left. And shit, if he is, oh well. She get the best of both worlds. Cardi like girls too.
Oh my God.
I mean, sex is sex, okay? Stop trying to put people in boxes.
Sex is not sex.
Yes, it is. Stop trying to put people in boxes.
No, it's not sex.
If you choose not to have sex with a girl and a guy and a boy and a girl, that's on you.
Did she sign up for a bisexual man?
We don't know what she signed up for.
Did she say
dating him?
that?
Has he told you he was bisexual or you listen to the streets?
Did I say bisexual?
Gay, LGBT.
I said DL.
DL, most DL men means they still mess with women. So we would consider them to be bisexual.
Wait,
So you think that he don't sleep with Cardi, he just sleep with men. You think Cardi's a
putting
beard?
a lot of words in my mouth. Pause.
I'm asking.
I am telling you that the streets is not a street. It's
The streets.
No, it's not a street. It's a man who said that he got tried by him. His name is Blake. And
that lawsuit when he got beat up.
that's the boy, yeah. And so that's why he's saying that he tried them in that manner. So I'm only going to go by somebody who said they got tried. Now, I can only go by his story. He said that dude tried them. And he's like, that's why the pause. So that's what he said. And that's what I'm going to go by. So
It's always the light-skinned ones.
what?
It's always the light-skinned ones that want to sell. I seen the boy who told.
That want to tell? Tell? What do you mean?
About the DLs.
Why should, if I'm not like that, what do you mean?
What? Listen, I'm going to say this
said that
as a person who has interacted with straight man, DL, whatever you want to call them, where there is
The
smoke,
man said he was sleeping, and that boy came out there trying to see what was good, trying to test the waters. Now, if I didn't sign up to get down with that, don't try to try me like that, huh?
Where was they sleeping at?
He probably was just over there at the crib.
And you just sleeping at my house?
People be groupies. That's when you can't be a groupie.
Okay. Better be careful. At least ain't giving no baby oil, no drink.
Yeah, so you can't be groupie.
Okay.
So here's the thing. But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Allegedly.
So if I didn't sign, that's what his side is. And what's the name hasn't come out and say, nah, that didn't happen. So I'm going to go with that side. Cardi B, she didn't sign up for, say, I'm open to dating to bisexual men. I never heard her say that. Like Doshi, she's open to dating bisexual men. She's been open in saying that.
So you just said if he doesn't come out and deny it, it has to be true? I'm just asking.
Can I talk?
Yeah.
Okay. You suppose I'm just asking. I'm just trying to talk. Stephon has not denied allegations.
Okay.
If you don't say nothing, and you don't address it immediately, I'm going to go with that brother's side.
See, I was raised in a household. My mother told me never defend a lie. Never address a lie. If somebody's lying on you, you don't defend it. You don't say anything about it. You let that shit lie. So I don't. That's what I'm saying. That's why I asked that question. Because I don't. If you lie on me, I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about something I know not true. Have a great day. Because at the end of the day, you're going to feel how you feel.
That's just like Tory Lanez. If I didn't shoot you, I'm definitely saying I didn't shoot you. That's a lie.
But the evidence says differently.
That's a lie. If I didn't do something, I'm very big on the truth. I'm not sure why your moms or your pops, somebody told you that. But in my household, we're big on addressing the truth. of me. I'm a very truthful person.
Now, again, you're talking about addressing the truth. You're asking him to defend what we could be considered a lie. We're not talking about the truth. If it's not the truth, why am I going back and forth with you about something that's a lie? Why am I going to defend a lie?
If it's the truth, if it's a lie,
why would I argue with someone who already believes a lie?
How is that an argument if I'm addressing it? An argument would involve two people, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if I go to my story and I post up da-da-da-da-da, how am I arguing if I'm addressing it? Mm-hmm. That's not an argument. This is me talking to the public, and that's it.
But you wanted to address something that could possibly be a lie. Or you'll believe it because he hasn't said anything about it.
If you don't address it,
okay,
and you just let it, it's true.
People crucified Jesus, allegedly.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
That's what I'm saying, allegedly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that Bible won't change a few times over the years. But nonetheless, I just wanted to know your opinion. So if you hear something about someone,
listen,
and
my
they don't
character,
address
my
it,
listen, my balls and my word is all I have. My name is all I have. You're not about to play with it. Okay. Like Jay-Z did. If that's not true, he addressed it immediately. He cleared it up immediately. If it's a lie can change your life. I'm not letting nobody play with my name, my sexuality, my character, nothing. I'm going to address it immediately. An argument means that you say something, I say something. It's nobody involved. If I put it on my story, he could put a hat, cap. Niggas be putting a hat, cap. That's all. That's it. Because he heard it through the grapevine. That's going to shut it down. And what the blog's going to do, they're going to pull that shit and put it onto their blog and let that, he don't even got to put it on here, there. They're going to take it off the story for him. And they're going to put it on their page.
And let it be known.
Shade Room got almost 30 million followers. Ball Alert got, what they got, million followers. They're going to pass it along for him. That message is going to get passed.
Just as easily as they passed the other message.
Correct. So I addressed it. I am not arguing. I just addressed it, and that's it. I go about my business.
I'm not addressing lies.
You wouldn't. I am. But at the end of the day,
a person who wants to fuck with you is gonna fuck with you. A person who doesn't is not.
It's not about fucking with me, but I don't appreciate liars, bro. Don't lie on my name. Don't lie on me. If it's not, no, I do. So at the end of the day, if you don't get lied up about a liar, then don't get lied up about a liar. But I don't play with my name. My name is Candi Hustle. Okay. Now, if y'all know my real last name, you know the last name. But I don't play about liars. Don't. Yeah. That could be edited anyway. But don't do that. Don't ever do that.
Listen.
All my listeners, they better have me too.
They're different.
Don't play with my name at all.
They're different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen,
don't do that at all.
I understand that. There are some people that are that way. I just.
Yeah. You got to address those liars. But moving on. Cardi B, Stephon Diggs, they popped out with a video. Getting it popping. They kissing. They in love. So if they're together, they're together. Offset. You know what you did to her. You took her through a lot of stuff.
Go get you another baby mama.
Go get you a new girl.
Okay, go get you another baby mama.
I mean, he probably got a new girl anyway.
Hey, go get him. Child, he'll have another baby soon. Watch.
Right. Now, Keke Palmer, you mentioned something about Keke Palmer.
Keke Palmer, right after the incident with Papoose and Remy. What's her name? Miss Shields? How you say her first name? Clarissa? Clarissa?
I thought it was Clarissa.
Clarissa? Yeah, she had went on a little Keke Palmer show. And Keke Palmer asked her when she was going to be beating up Remy. I said, Keke, why? She says, everybody want to know since the drama going off. So I would love to see a little celebrity, bop.
Remy does not fight. But honestly, if somebody has hands, I'm definitely not going to use my hands that can't.
I mean, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna fight.
Yeah,
A boxer.
and get beat
Pew,
up.
pew.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to find
Okay.
someone. Right.
I hit you with a lamp.
Those hands are fast.
Oh, I seen her.
And strong.
I seen her.
So Remy,
Papoose better watch it. He went from a
Yo.
pum pum to a bop bop.
right.
Okay.
But as y'all can see, 2025 has been crazy. Kevin and I, we can do this all day, every day. But we're going to save some for the end of the year. So it is definitely a wrap. I want to thank you all for tuning in to Dope Chick with Ambition podcast. Be sure to leave me a review on Apple Podcasts, not just 5 stars. I want you to talk to me and let me know how you feel the podcast. And I want to thank you for, again, tuning into this episode. 2025 is...
Let's see how it ends.
Let's see how it ends.
Let's see how it ends.
I will see you in December.
You will see me in December. Let's see if Trump's still in the house.
The girls are fighting.
The girls are fighting, and I think Elon Musk is going to win.
Oh, my God. We will see. All right. Well, thanks you
Thanks
for
for
coming
having
on.
me.
All right. Yeah, be sure to tune into the episode in December. And it is your girl, Candi Hustle. Thank you for tuning in to Dope Chick with Ambition podcast. Mwah. Later.